Hi, here's Jay again with Southern Bayou Adventures. We we're here today. We're gonna do a little bit of cooking for the first time. Now, I know this is a stretch for this old Southern boy, especially cooking on camera, because you don't really know where to put the camera. I put it over there, I put it over there, I put it up there, and I thought, well, that's just gonna get my backside. And you're not going to be able to see the good cooking on the Blackstone. So I decided just to stick her right here in front of my couch, underneath my cover. And then I got my Blackstone behind me. Now, there'll probably be a little bit of pausing in this so I can move my stuff around a little bit. But I just, by the way, look at this. I was looking in the closet. I said, Jay, I think you need you one of them aprons like them professional chefs up there in New York City. So I said, I looked through the closet. All I could find was this one right here. And I said, this is my professional chef. Yeah, maybe I don't look like a professional chef, but I feel like one, because this is why I feel like one. I got a spatula. Remember me telling y'all about this spatula on my introduction? And it was about 12 inches long. Have you ever seen a spatula so nice? And let me tell you something. This spatula right here, I don't even know who it's made from. Expert Grill. I've never even heard of them. But, I was down there at Walmart back there in the grill section. And I saw this big old spatula hanging on the wall. And I told my wife, I said, you know what? I think I need me one of them. So I went ahead and got this spatula. And I've only tried it out one time, and that was cooking bacon. And man, you can flip a whole pack of bacon with this stuff. But today, we're going to use this in another way. Because today, we're going to make fried Spam sandwiches. But they're not going to be on bread, sandwich bread. They're going to be on biscuits, cat head biscuits. And that's because we in the South. Cat head biscuits are a part of the South. And so is fried Spam. Most of y'all don't know about fried Spam, but fried Spam is so good. You just fry it up and get it nice and crispy and put it on a biscuit with some cheese on it. And I tell you what, you won't go back. You won't go back to no bacon or sausage on a biscuit. You'll be wanting to fry that Spam every weekend. So I got me a can of this Spam. Right here, got me a can of this Spam. This is what it looks like. Got one of them little pull tops on top. This Spam right here, is from Hormel. And old J. Hormel, back in 1936, he created this stuff out of pork shoulders. It was just a byproduct of pork, and everything, and got it, mix it all together and made this Spam. Well, some people, eat this Spam and macaroni. Some people eat it in just sandwiches, just cut it up like lunch meat and eat it in sandwiches. I don't like it like that. I like it as fried as it can be fried. And that way, you put it on a biscuit, eat it for breakfast. You could sit outside and eat 5 of them things until your wife caught you. But then, other than that, I really do enjoy this fried Spam. Now, I don't know if it's good for you or not. Let me look at the ingredients. Oh yeah, it's got plenty of fat and saturated fat. It's got all the fats. So it's good for you. It's really good for you, especially if you're in the South. So we're gonna start this out on the Blackstone. And I'm gonna fry some of this up and make up a sandwich for those of you that don't know how to cook fried Spam. So just hang on and let me get around and get this thing fired up, and we'll be back. All right, now we got this Spam. I went ahead and cooked a little bit of this Spam up. It comes in a loaf. And, when you take it out of the can, you slice it up and everything. And you kind of get little slices about this size, about that thick right there. But you put it on this here Blackstone, and you just give it a good good caramelization on both sides, and cook it kind of like you're cooking bacon. And then you just keep flipping it, and it gets browner and browner and browner. When that's caramelization. Now, every time I turn around, I hear somebody saying I'm caramelizing something. But I like my food done. So I like, when I get cooking, like cooking a steak, people go, I had this one old boy one time. He said, man, I make the best steak. I said, well, okay, let me try it. So he cooked me a steak, and he said, now I can caramelize it on this. He was using one of them Komodo Joes. Looks like a green egg, but it's red. So he says it's got a caramelization area in here that I can caramelize the steak. I said, okay. I said, caramelize it. Let me taste it. And so he caramelized that old steak up. And I thought, oh, he ain't had that thing on there very long. I said, I like my steak done. I said, I don't want this thing to walk off my plate. So he slapped that steak on my plate, and he said, well, tell me what you think, OJ. I took a bite of that steak. I said, wow, the outside is caramelized. But I said, buddy, you don't know how to cook no steak. I said, this is raw on the inside. I ain't eating it. I said, I like my stuff done. So caramelization is good, but make sure you get your stuff cooked and make sure it's cooked throughout. It's healthier for you. So I take these biscuits, these cat head biscuits here. We talked about these things, and I warm them up here on the Blackstone. One side is cool. I got my Blackstone turned down to low. That's usually, unless you're going to caramelize a steak and have it raw inside, you don't have no reason to cook this thing on high, because, man, it'll roast them in a heartbeat. So I cook about everything I cook on this thing is on low, because I like to savor it. I like to smell it. And I like to enjoy the aroma. And I'm sure my neighbors, early in the morning when I cook, I'm sure they get to wake up every morning and open up the windows, open up the door, and run out to get the newspaper. Well, I don't think they get newspapers anymore, but when they run outside to do whatever they do as neighbors, they gonna smell something cooking over in my backyard, because I'm always out here cooking. It might be frying bacon in the morning and sausage because the grandkids are coming over, or just sitting out here watching. When football season starts, I sit out here on my big screen TV out here underneath this cover, and I watch that football game. And I might be cooking at the same time I'm watching football. That just makes it so much nicer. So you don't have the sun beating down on you if you have your outdoor cover. So I love my outdoor cover. But anyway, this stand's about done. It's about done, so I'm gonna make a sandwich now. So I take this right here, and I get two. Whoo, that's hot. I get two of these pieces of this Spam, and I put it on there like that, and just kind of building my sandwich. And then I get me a nice slice of this American cheese. I love American cheese. You can't beat American cheese. It's so creamy, and it's good on a hamburger, good on anything. But it's especially good on a fried Spam sandwich. So then I take it and I plate it like that. Now look here. I want y'all to look at that. Now isn't that beautiful? And ain't that a hearty looking biscuit right there? This biscuit right here, boy, this you put this in your man's pocket and send him to work. Let me tell you something. He will have a happy heart all day long, because fried Spam will stick with you. Now, I love them. Some people might not love them, but I love them. And most everybody in the South that I've talked to love them. Let me just try a bite of this and see how this fried Spam. Oh my God. Oh my God. This sandwich right here, probably one of the best ones I've ever made, because it's the first one I ever made on a Blackstone. Woo! This fried, man, I tell you what, y'all need to go down to Walmart and get you a can of this Spam. Go down to Walmart. I don't know what aisle it's on, but just look around and get you a can of Spam and cook it this Saturday. Tomorrow, Saturday, just get on there and cook a can of fried Spam. And man, I tell you what, you won't go back to bacon and sausage only on a biscuit. You will definitely want to add this to your menu, because I tell you what, if my grandkids was over here right now, my grandsons, they would be over here, swarming around this grill. And every time I flip something, they go, Granddaddy, can I have a piece? And I'm like, yeah, here you go. Have a piece of bacon, have a piece of sausage, have a piece of Spam. By the time I get done cooking, I look over there at my plate and there's nothing on it. And I'm thinking, what in the world? These kids done ate everything and they ain't even going to get none of the biscuits, because the biscuits are still in the house cooking in the oven. So I thought, well, this is a great kid thing. This is a great everyday thing. And I want you to go out and try this, because this right here will make your man happy. So with that being said, next video, I think we're going to up it up, take it up a few notches, and we're going to try to do us another little recipe. I think I might just try some smash burgers, because I've been dying for me a good hamburger, and you can't beat them smash burgers. Them smash burgers are some of the best hamburgers you'll ever put in your mouth. So with that said, I just want everybody to know I appreciate you watching. And there again, fried Spam sandwich, can't beat them. Can't beat them. You got to try them. So for now, I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have a good day. And remember, hit that subscribe button and follow me, because I ain't no telling what's going to happen on this channel. See y'all later.